Oh, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Shah Barak Thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Lathan by Shem Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yala, and this is the Tuesday Night Brotherhood class on the Sacramento Israelites page. The water for the viewers for checking in. Tonight we're gonna get into moral ethics and integrity. You understand? Um, Living in this empire, our people have lost moral ethics and integrity. You understand? Everything that the rulers, the powers of this empire has instilled into blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians has caused us to be a base people, a low people, so to speak. You understand? We have no wherewithal about actually dealing with each other in a moral and in ways of integrity. You understand? Nor do we have the wherewithal to deal with ourselves. You understand? With moral ethics and integrity. You understand? A big part of the problem is the Christian church. You understand? You got a Christian pastor telling brothers and sisters to come as you are. You understand? Meaning you don't have to change to come to the church. You don't have to stop being an evil person towards your nation. You understand? Towards your neighborhood, to your people. You understand? You don't have to stop being uh, a whore. You don't have to stop being a sodomite. You don't have to stop being a person that's utterly selfish. Yabba Shemal Shabrak Ball, sorry to water for tapping in as usual. You understand? Christianity has enabled blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to continue on a path of destruction, to continue on a path of being like our slave master, you understand? Which the slave master has no ethics. You understand? He has no morals. He has no integrity. He walks to and fro on the earth seeking who he can devour. You understand? Raping, robbing, murdering, and pillaging every landmass that he's ever stepped foot on. You understand? Salaki. Matter of fact, get Proverbs 3 and 31 real quick. Because us as black people, Latinos, Native Indians, we have to understand where we learned to be such a horrible people. You understand? Where did we learn to be such problematic people? Where did we learn to be such uh, a selfish people, a people that only cares about the greater good of ourselves and our immediate families? You understand? We learned that from the Christian church as a whole. You understand? Whether you grew up in a church or whether you got big mama that attended church all the time, you understand? And older people in your family that are loyal to their pastor, you understand, and that church because he comes out every time he's in a church, give you a feel good sermon. You understand? All you got to do is pay him for a couple of dollars, and he'll tell you Jesus will accept you as you are, which is contrary to these scriptures. You understand? And your Christian pastor, he's learned to be a liar, a thief. You understand? In many cases, a sodomite. You understand? He learned this from his slave master. He learned this from the same man who raped, robbed, and pillaged the same people that he preaching all of these lies to. You understand? In them seminary schools, this is where he learned this from. He learned the tricks of Christianity and the tricks of white supremacy, and he brought it straight to his own neighborhood and made money off of the people just like the slave master did. You understand? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You understand? This is in the book of Proverbs. You understand? This is a wise saying. You should never envy your oppressor. You understand? You should never be jealous of what your oppressor has, what he's obtained with the lies. You understand? With the conquering, with the fornication, with the murder. You understand? With the drug dealing, with the drug using, with the abusing nations. You understand? You should never envy your oppressor and see that he's made a living, you understand, off of decimating, what you call it, just robbery, murder. You understand? We shouldn't look at our oppressor and look at what he's obtained from the crimes that he's committed in the earth and want to be like him. You understand? And it says, and choose none of his ways. The ways of our oppressor is a person with no ethics, no morals, no integrity, somebody that's just out for self, somebody that don't give a damn about their nation. You understand? Somebody that will murder children. You understand? Everything that we've learned in this empire that has destroyed our nation, destroyed our families, we learned this from our oppressor who taught it to our Christian pastors in these churches, and it runs rampant in our communities every day. You understand? So, like, I'm gonna drop them and get Proverbs 11 and 3. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment if you got questions. You know what I'm saying? Put them in the chat. If I can't get to them, and I'll try to get to them next class, Lord willing. You understand? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. You understand? The integrity of righteous men and women shall guide them. It's going to guide you down the right path. You understand? It's going to guide you down the path of longevity. You understand? Not suffering. You understand? Living peaceful. You understand? Living without strife, right? Salakia. But the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. You understand? If you are a perverse person that transgress the law, you shall be destroyed. Like if you smoke cigarettes, you're going to die from cancer. You understand? If you're a drug dealer, you're going to die in a drug deal going bad. You understand? Or somebody gonna break in your house trying to steal what you have. You're gonna end up killing them, and you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life. You understand? You might overdose off the same drugs that you selling to people. You understand? If you're a whore or a sodomite, you're gonna die from some god awful disease. You understand? I gotta read that one more time. Salaki. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. You understand? To be a perverse person is to be a person with no ethics. You understand? No morals, no integrity. You understand? You do whatever makes you feel good. You understand? Jay-Z wore a hoodie not too long ago. Well, Salaki, probably about 5, 10 years ago. That said, "Do what thou wilt." You understand? That was a quote from a known sodomite, you understand, a known drug addict named Aleister Crowley, you understand? And he did whatever he wanted to, you understand? He indulged in having sex with men, you understand? Underage children, you understand? God awful drug addict, you understand? And he did whatever he wanted to do. That is a perverse person. You understand? That like your oppressor is the son of perdition. He is the son of sin. You understand? That's what guides him in the earth. You understand? And us, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, us envying our oppressor, wanted to be just like him, looking at all of the money, the wealth, the fortune. You understand that he has obtained by partaking in devious acts. You understand? We envy that and we want it. So what we do in return, we do exactly what our oppressor does. Your oppressor is the biggest drug dealer on planet Earth. Brothers want that money that comes from drug dealing because they see the oppressor has it. So they do the same thing. You understand? The oppressor is the biggest murderer on planet Earth. You understand? And the oppressor being a murderer that he is, this is how he obtains so much in the earth. You understand? Our brothers and sisters, we've become infatuated with the lifestyle of our oppressor because of the money that he has. You understand? Because of the power that he has. You understand? Because of the ability that he has to be above the law in so many cases. When the Lord is not dealing with you how you deal with the oppressor. Like the brother finesse 2 times, he said it the best. He said it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. That's you, Israel. Yeah, it's cool for your oppressor to be a murderer or a drug dealer or a whore or a pimp or a sodomite, but it ain't cool for you. You understand? You gonna get the short end of the stick every time trying to be like your oppressor. You understand? Because the Lord is going to punish you for your sins. You understand? Salakia, let me get that. Salakia. It's the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 2. Salakia, let me damn. It's the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. This is the Lord speaking to the children of Israel. You understand? The children of Israel, when you be a sodomite, you die of AIDS. You understand? You can eat abominations for 40, 50, 60 years, you understand, and die an early death. Meanwhile, them Chinese and East Indians and all the rest of these other nations, they can eat abominations for the rest of their life, for their whole life, and live well into their 80s, their 90s. You understand? They live to 105 years old, eating squids on a stick alive. You understand? Because it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem if Israel do it because we got moral ethics that we supposed to live by. You understand? We got law, statutes, and commandments that governs integrity, that governs brotherhood, with this nation of people that the Lord chose to be his special people above all people. Salaki, let me get that Deuteronomy 7 and 6. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. You understand? The Lord said we are a separate people unto the Lord our God, not the East Indians God, not your oppressor's God. You understand? Not the little hat people God. You understand? Which we all know they worship Shaitan, which is Satan. You understand? In Hebrew. You understand? They don't serve our God. Our God did not choose them to be a holy people unto himself. You understand? A special people, a separate people unto himself. He chose blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. This is why we get murdered in the streets for our iniquities. This is why we die from drug addiction and heart disease. You understand? And all of the diseases up under the sun, because the Lord is punishing us for our iniquities because we are his sons and daughters. You understand? You ever heard your mama or your daddy when you tell them about what the other kids is doing and you want to partake in it too, and they like, nah, you can't do that. And you like, why? Woo whoop doing it? Well, woo whoop ain't my son. This is what the Lord is saying right here. He's saying Esau is not his son. The East Indians are not his son. You understand? These Japhites, Tongans, Samoans, Polynesians, them not the Lord's sons. So they can run around eating horses. You understand? And live comfortably. You understand? They can partake in excess of alcohol and all of these different drugs, and they might live a long time doing that type of stuff. But blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, you will die if you don't follow these law, statutes, and commandments in this Bible, which governs moral ethics. You understand? Integrity and brotherhood. Read on. The Lord hath chosen thee, Salaki, the Lord thy God, the Lord your God, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You understand? We above the Chinese. We above the East Indians. We above the Arabs. So you should never partake in their cultures. You understand? You should never partake in being a Muslim and bowing down to a goddamn rock. You understand? You should never partake in East Indian culture by wearing dreadlocks and smoking weed. You understand? Smoking weed is East Indian culture. That is not Jamaican culture. Rastafarianism is simply about mimicking East Indians. You understand? Weed don't come from Africa. It does not come from the Middle East. That comes from India. You understand? The cannabis plant is native to India. It like and furthermore, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, you not African. You understand? You're not putting big lip plates in your lip. You understand? You're not in the jungles and in the woods drinking blood from cows. You understand? And cutting off piece of female genitalia when she's a young girl. We don't do that. You understand? Our culture is totally different from Africans. You understand? So I don't know. I don't understand for the life of me why so many black people in America can try to marry themselves to Egyptian culture or to being an African when you do nothing like the Africans. You understand? Your culture is way different from Africans. Africans not sitting up in Africa frying chicken. You understand? They eating some stuff called fufu that look like cow snot in a bowl, and they all dipping their nasty, dirty hands in the same bowl, eating together. You understand? That's not what black people do. You understand? That's not what Latinos do. That's not what Native Indians do, because we are holy and separate people to the Lord, our God. You understand? Salakia. You get Proverbs 12 and 22. The book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 22. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. You understand? If you are a liar, you don't have integrity. You understand? And this is exactly what's going on in that Christian church. Your Christian pastor is a goddamn liar. You understand? Christ told the children of Israel when he was on the scene to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But your Christian pastor will sit up here and tell you that the law is done away with. You understand? You can eat pork. You can come as you are. You understand? Ask your Christian pastor, what is sin? You understand? When it says in the New Testament, sin is the transgression of the law. When you look into the Old Testament, that is the law. The only thing that blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are not permitted to do that is in the law is sacrifice. Christ was the last sacrificial lamb. You understand? So we have no room to keep sinning and bringing a bullock or a turtle dove, you understand, or a sheep or a goat or a calf, you understand, to atone for our sins. That's over with. You understand? The only thing we have to do to atone for our sins is to come back to the culture of being an Israelite in the ISUBK, Abundant Commander General Yana. All these fake Israelite groups out here, you're nothing but Christians. Salakia. I'm sorry to break it to you. You don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You don't cast out demons. You do not have the truth unless it's up under Commanding General Yohanan. And we see you by the fruits of your labor every goddamn day. You understand? Every day is something new coming out about these fake Israelite groups that don't keep the law, that do not roll with Christ. You understand? And you playing a dangerous game by allowing yourself to believe this. You playing a dangerous game by teaching the children of Israel that you have the truth, and somebody should follow you when you don't keep the law. You understand? Salakia. Get Proverbs, the 4th chapter. The book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear ye children, the instruction of a father. You understand? Listen to this. The book of Proverbs was written by King Solomon. You understand? King Solomon is said in these scriptures to be the wisest king ever and the richest. You understand? But above all that, he asked the Lord to be wise. The Lord said, man, look, ask me what you want from me, and I'm going to grant it to you. You understand? King Solomon, him being trained up by his father, King David, he asked for wisdom, you understand, to be able to judge this nation in righteousness. And the Lord was pleased with what was asked of him. He said, okay, I'm gonna give you the wisdom that you asking for, but I'm gonna give you abundance of everything else because in you asking for wisdom, you are not being selfish and asking me for something to so you can use on your own that won't benefit your people. You understand? That's being a man of integrity. And Solomon was about 16 years old when he became king. This is a young brother asking the Lord for wisdom to be able to judge this nation in righteousness. You understand? And Solomon wrote this book of Proverbs. Now, of course, Solomon went off. You understand? He ended up sleeping with heathen women. You understand? And that was the downfall of the children of Israel. But before he started dealing with these heathen women, Solomon was on his square. You understand? And he wrote this book of Proverbs. You understand? Proverbs 4:1 from the top again. Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. You understand? The Lord said, look, hear ye children. He's saying this through the mouth of Solomon. You understand? The instruction of a father and attend to know understanding. Meaning, when you listen to these law, statutes, and commandments and take heed to this law in this Bible, you understand? This is you learning from your father. This is you learning understanding. You understand? For I give you good doctrine and forsake ye not my law. These laws are good doctrine. You understand? Like, Salaki. So many black people and all of these other religions, right? They always say, oh, that Bible's a white man's book, or that Bible is outdated. It can't help us. This Bible cures this Bible cures disease. You understand? This Bible prevents disease. This Bible prevents murder. This Bible prevents drug addiction. This Bible prevents a plethora of bad situations for a nation of people if we go back into these scriptures. You understand? Egyptology is not stopping black on black crime. This Bible stops black on black crime. This Bible will stop your sons and daughters from being whores. This Bible will stop brothers in your neighborhood from killing up half of the goddamn neighborhood because they want to rule the neighborhood with an iron fist and sell drugs in front of your grandma's house. This Bible prevents all of that. So before these Egyptologists and these people in all of these weird religions of being Muslims, ask yourself this: has being a Muslim stopped anybody from being murdered? Look at the city of Philadelphia. It's damn near 50% of Negroes in Philadelphia, salam alaikum, or whatever the hell they say, and that weird Arabic language. You understand? Oh, I'm a devout Muslim. Meanwhile, you smoke weed, pop Percocets, and you just shot a nigga last night. And you sell drugs in the neighborhood and got a strong grip on your neighborhood too, with all of this abominable activities that you indulge in and being a goddamn Muslim. You understand? Being a Muslim, anybody could be a goddamn Muslim. So if I'm a Muslim, why would I like if any race of people could be a goddamn Muslim, right? Why should I love my brother that's a Muslim when anybody else in the whole goddamn world can be a Muslim? It don't even make sense. You can't be a white person and be a goddamn Israelite. And I'm not talking about skin color. You understand? You cannot come from Caucasian forefathers and be accepted in the ISUBK. It's not happening. You understand? You can't have a so-called, I ain't going to say their name. You can't have a so-called little hat people background and come from a descendant of a man that's one of them little hat people that wear all black. You understand? That don't understand the scriptures and come into the ISUBK. If you're East Indian, if you're a Polynesian, you understand? If you any one of these other ethnic groups besides a black Latino, and Native Indian, you understand, of Negro and North American Indian descent, then you cannot come into the ISUBK. You understand? Because this is not about a religion. This is about a family. You understand? This is about our lifestyle. You understand? This is about my people coming together and loving our own. You understand? If I come together with a whole nother nation of people, then I can't have love for my own brother because this other nation has action at getting the same type of love and care that another nation can get from me, and that doesn't make any sense at all. You understand? I have to start with loving my own nation first. You understand? In order for my people to get out of the position that they in, you understand, to separate from these goddamn heathens. You understand? So all you brothers and sisters out there talking about, oh, that Bible is outdated and woo is run. Look, you come into this ISUBK Abundant Commanding General Yohana. If all blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians came into the ISUBK Abundant Commanding General Yohana, you would not be a slave anymore. You understand? You would have the tools to fix your own goddamn nation, and there would be no black on black crime. We would not be sitting up here continuing to ask ourselves, how can black people rise up out of the state of mind that we in if you came into the ISUBK and understood a code of ethics on how you have to love your own people and forsake the rest of this goddamn society? That's what's wrong with blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. You understand? You don't want to change. You don't want to come in here and celebrate your feast days. You want to celebrate your oppressor's feast days because you envy your oppressor. You don't want to love your own brothers and sisters, you understand, by coming together with your nation and putting all the BS aside and saying, look, we have to live in righteousness amongst each other, you understand, for the greater good of our own nation of people and for the sake of our children that come out of our bodies. But nah, you can't do that. You know why? Because you love Christmas. You love pork. You love white women. You understand? You love all the vices that make your slave master rich over you. You understand? And I'm going to get into that because this is the same type of mind frame that brothers and sisters had coming out of ancient Egypt. It's the same exact thing. You understand? When I'm gonna hold that for later. But reading on, Proverbs 4:3. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. You understand? When you read in the book of Genesis, when the Lord breathed the breath of life in Adam's lungs, what he did was he taught Adam ethics. He taught Adam brotherhood. He taught Adam integrity. He taught Adam oral law, statutes, and commandments. You can eat this. You can't eat this. You understand? You can live here. You can't live here. You're supposed to dress like this. You're not supposed to dress like this. You understand? This is what you do, and this is what you don't do. He taught him ethics. You understand? Morals, integrity. That's the breath of life that Adam got in that Garden of Eden. And this is the same breath of life that King Solomon is talking about in the book of Proverbs, the 4th chapter and the 4th verse. Reading on, verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Man, look, get wisdom, get understanding, decline it not. You understand? Don't pass up on wisdom and understanding. Get it. That's the best thing going for you, Black, Latino, and Native American Indian men. You understand? And that's what we lack in these ghettos. We lack integrity. We lack wisdom. We lack understanding. You understand? And we forgot it. You understand? Neither decline from the words of my mouth. That's what's wrong in the Black community. We have declined from the words of the Lord's mouth. You don't celebrate Passover. You celebrate Christmas. So now you would rob somebody and kill them just to buy your children Christmas presents. You understand? Because you've declined from the words of the Lord's mouth. You understand? You don't celebrate the Feast of Purim. You would rather celebrate Valentine's Day. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to rob somebody. You understand? You're going to sell drugs. You're going to put your life on a line for some nasty, filthy, stinking hoe that's probably gonna have sex with another man if you get locked up on Valentine's Day. You understand? Because we've declined from the mouth, the words of the mouth of the Lord. You understand? Salakia. Verse verse 7. Wisdom, Salakia. Verse 6. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. This is talking about wisdom and understanding. You understand? Brothers love women, of course. You're supposed to. You can't be a sodomite. You understand? You're not permitted to be a homosexual if you are of the children of Israel. You understand? So the Lord is likening wisdom and understanding to a woman that you love. You understand? I'm going to read that again. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Just how you would love to be with a woman, just how you would love to start a family with a woman, have a woman in the house with you, rub your back, cook you some food, do all of the things that make your life pleasurable. You need to look at wisdom and understanding the same goddamn way. Young men, you understand? Older men, you understand? Look at wisdom like this is a loving woman that wants to help you out in life. You understand? Reading on. Wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is the key thing. The principal thing. Principal means key. You understand? The pinnacle thing. You understand? The very most important thing. You understand? Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Get wisdom and understanding. You understand? Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. Exalt wisdom and understanding. Put wisdom and understanding on high, right? And she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. You understand? If you got wisdom and understanding, she's going to bring you to honor. She's going to give you an honorable name. If you got a brother that, nah, man, I don't smoke weed. I don't hang out in drug infested neighborhoods. You understand? I'm not into all of that gang stuff. You understand? That like when you choose to change your lifestyle and actually live how the Lord wants you to live, you understand, and grab hold to understanding, you're gonna be promoted. You understand? Your life is going to be way better. You're gonna be in a better position than being a brother that's into all the BS. You understand? So, like, I'm gonna read that again. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory shall she deliver unto you. Man, you're gonna get a crown of glory when you come back to these law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? The Lord is going to look at you as a glorious prince. You understand? The Lord is going to protect you. You understand? You're gonna be looked at like, man, like Barak Yahweh Shah, right? I was in the grocery store earlier today, right? And a brother, he walked past me, and I got my Hebrew Academy cover on, right? So he looked at it, right? He was like, "Hey, bro, that's a nice jacket, right?" And of course, I know he doesn't know about Hebrew Academy, but it's an ISUBK cover. You understand? It shields on it. You understand? It says the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. People know about us. Black people are waking up. Like Captain Tazaria said, big shout out to Captain Tazaria. Being an Israelite is going to be bigger than being a Christian eventually. You understand? So I know this brother understand, of course, and they know what Kanye West is talking about and all of that. So when he seen my cover, he like, man, that's a nice jacket. I looked at him, I'm like, man, I appreciate that, bro. I had to work hard for this. You understand? And he just looked at me and nodded his head like, yeah, for sure, bro. But he not understanding, like, I'm not just talking about the physical hard work that we had to put in just to obtain this token of sacrificing yourself for the greater good of your nation. I'm talking about having the wisdom to understand that I need to change. I need to come into the truth and actually live how the Lord wanted me to live. You understand? I need to sign up to join the Lord's army. So like, not sign up. You understand? But I have been chosen and selected to be an officer in the Lord's army. You understand? And I have a duty. I took a blood oath to be a priest and a prophet in the ISUBK up under Commander General Yohana. That's basically what I meant to the brother. Like, yeah, man, I had to work hard. You understand? And of course, the journey is just beginning. You understand? If you ask me, the journey begins every morning I wake up. You understand? Barakatah Yahweh Shah for having mercy on a brother who was just in the world and didn't have any understanding, didn't have any morals, didn't have any ethics, didn't have any integrity. You understand? Salakia. Reading on. Verse 10, hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. You understand? When you come into the ISUBK up under Commander General Yohana, it's so beautiful to understand that, okay, now that I'm out the world, now that I actually understand my purpose in life, now that I understand that I'm supposed to serve Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah, and serve the men up under me and the men above me, now that I understand that I'm supposed to serve my nation, in righteousness, now I have the protection of the Lord. So my life is going to be longer than expected. You understand? If you don't have the protection of the Lord, you can drop dead any day. I mean, of course you can drop dead when the Lord sees fit, even when you're in the truth. Ain't none of us exempt from early death. We still in captivity. We still up under these same curses. You understand? But it gives me a little bit more comfort to understand that, okay, since I've changed my life, that if I keep staying on the same path and the Lord can continue to use me as a vessel to teach his children good, then maybe I might get the protection that I need to live a long life. You understand what I'm saying? Salakia. Verse 11, I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened. And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. You understand? The Lord said, look, I'm going to hold you upright. You understand? When you come and you understand wisdom, you get this understanding at the mouth of me, and you don't go to the left or to the right hand to do evil and wickedness. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to hold you. Like a lot of brothers on the East Coast say, man, look, yeah, man, he held me down. This is what the Lord's saying. Like, bro, I'm going to hold you down. You understand? Read on. Verse 13, take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Instruction is your life. You understand? These law, statutes, and commandments is the breath of life that the Lord has breathed into Commander General Yohana's lungs. You understand that the Lord has breathed into the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the sisters. You understand? This understanding shall not depart from you, because this is your life. You understand? Like Captain Akai said it the best. Big shout out to Captain Akai, man. Captain of 13 stacks. Captain Akai, you understand? He said it the best. A lot of niggas be saying that I'm this and that for life, or I'm woo 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 for life. Nigga, I'm one West for life. This is a blood oath. I pray to the Lord that a demon never jump on me and I leave this truth. You understand? Because once you up out of here, you subject to death at the drop of a goddamn dime. You understand? Salakia. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Don't enter into the path of the wicked. You understand? Like when you're in the truth, you got to cut people off. You got to cut people off in a world that you know finna have illegal firearms in the car. You got to cut people off in a world that you know is going to be doing drugs, smoking weed and cigarettes, hanging out in strip clubs. You understand? You go to their house, you know goddamn well they celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve parties. Don't put yourself in that path, because you can die out here still. You understand? If you go hang out with the wrong crowd, knowing goddamn well you in the truth, knowing goddamn well that you took an oath to serve your people and get away from the BS, you can die out there. You understand? That this is wisdom. Don't you got to separate yourself from people who don't have the same integrity as you, that don't have the same ethics as you, that don't have the same morals as you. You understand? I'm a priest and a prophet. I'll be damned if I'm outside hanging out with niggas who smoke weed and carry unlawful firearms, and they getting into shootouts and this gang violence and all of this type of stuff. I'll be damned if I'm doing that. You understand? That's not my path in life no more. You understand? I'm not finna be around people that don't care about God. You understand? Because there's gonna be some more other people that don't give a damn about God that they got a problem with and let off some shots, and I might just be the innocent bystander that get killed, and they go on about their damn day. You understand? 15. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. You understand? Don't go kick it with brothers in the world, bro, that are evil. You understand? They can't even sleep unless they have some mischief going on. You understand? I'm gonna read that again. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief. Man, they can't sleep unless they done something evil, unless they done something unlawful. You understand? Unless they robbed a brother. You understand? Killed a brother, sold some drugs, slept with another brother's wife. That's the only way that they get sleep. You understand? And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. You understand? They not even gonna get no sleep unless they know they got somebody that's coming from a different lifestyle, and now they got you in the same thing that they into, and your life get cut short. You understand? Or do you get the short end of the stick, so to speak, just because you're around these people? You understand? Verse 17, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. This is how they live. You got to eat to live. You understand? You need food and nutrients just for you to live. You understand? Well, they eat the bread of wickedness. You understand? This is what they live for. They live to be drug dealers. They live to be whoremongers and sodomites. You understand? And Christians and all of these evil ways of conducting your life. You understand? And risking your life. They live for this. You understand? It says, and drink the wine of violence. They drunken with violence. This is what their mind is saturated with. Murder, kill, rob, steal, extort. You understand? Beat somebody down. All of this type of stuff. This is what evil men do day in and day out. You understand? And where they get it from? The oppressor. You understand? But the pain of the just, Salaki, but the path of the just is the shining light, is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. You understand? I'm gonna read that again. But the path of the just is as the shining light. You understand? The path of the just is as a shining light. You see and you know exactly where you're going. You see the prosperity coming for you if you are a just man. You understand? That shineth more and more until the perfect day. And you continue on this path of righteousness. And your path is going to shine more and more until the perfect day. You understand? Just like a perfect day, just like not a cloud in the sky. It's sunny outside. The weather is nice. You understand? This is your path. It shines bright. You understand? The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. You understand? The way of the wicked is darkness. You understand? You can't see if you walking in a place that's darkness. You don't know what you stumbling over. You ever get up in the middle of the night and you got to use the bathroom and it's pitch black in your goddamn house, and you step over a shoe and damn near break your neck because that path of darkness, you couldn't see what you was about to stumble over. These brothers and sisters that do evil in the world, They don't even know what's going to befall them and how they're going to stumble and fail in the future. You understand? They can't see what's going on in the future. You understand? Salaki, my son, attend to my words, incline thine ears unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. You understand? The Lord said, man, stay on that straight path. Don't never forget these words that I'm trying to teach you so you can stay on the path to righteousness so your path can be bright. You understand? So your path can be as a bright day and you know exactly what you headed for. You understand? It says, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. You understand? Verse 24. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. You know what I'm saying? A brother that's in the truth, we don't have conversations about dealing with whores. We don't have conversations amongst each other about killing somebody or being a drug dealer or going to a strip club. You understand? The Lord said, I'm gonna read that again. Put away from thee a froward mouth and perverse lips. Put far from thee. You understand? The way that we interact with each other in the truth, you're not gonna get the same conversation that you would get from a brother that's in the world talking to his partners that he grew up gang banging with, or that he in a crew with, and they funking with somebody from the other side of town or across the street in many occasions. You're not gonna hear that same type of conversation with us. The Lord said, uh, uh, put away from thee a froward mouth and perverse lips put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Meaning, keep your head down that straight path of righteousness. You understand? Don't look to the left and to the right and see all the mischief that's going on around you. Now, keep your eyes on the prize and stay focused. You understand? Ponder the path of thy feet and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left hand. Remove thy foot from evil. Don't go to the left or to the right. Go straight. You understand? Stay focused on the task at hand and keep your integrity. Keep the righteousness. You understand? Keep your morals. So like you. I'm gonna go to Proverbs 6 and then I'm gonna get into some of the topics. Some of the brothers in the scriptures. The Proverbs 6 and I think Proverbs 6 and 13. So like I'm gonna start at 12. This book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 12. A naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a froward mouth. You understand? The Lord said, put a froward tongue from among you. I'm paraphrasing. I just read in those other scriptures. You understand? It says, a naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a froward mouth. You understand? He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teaches with his fingers. You ever seen a person that say something like, yeah, man, we gonna do this, and wink like, yeah, I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? He winks with his eyes. You understand? He speaketh with his feet. He teaches with his fingers. You understand? He might say something, but Salakia, he speaketh with his feet. You know what he's actually about by his actions. You understand? He teaches with his fingers. What you do with your fingers and your feet, this is what you use, you understand, to do something, right? Me being in the truth, I'm going to use my damn feet to come sit down and teach a class or to go in my study room and make sure I got the right topics that I have. You understand? To be able to educate Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians on how they're supposed to live morally. You understand? A brother that might be in the world, He might use his feet to get in the car to go to a strip club. You understand? He might use his feet to go buy a gun to go rob somebody. You understand? He might use his feet to go steal something from somebody. You understand? Right? He teaches with his fingers. You understand? What do you do with your fingers? Your actions, like you do a lot of stuff with your hands. You understand? As far as your activities, you understand? Like if you go rob a store, the gun is in your hand. If you selling drugs to people, you doing hand in hand transactions. If you at the strip club, you throwing money on whores with your hands. You understand? You use your hands to pick your phone up to call that whore that you know has another goddamn man that she deals with all the time to sleep with her. You understand? You teaching people how you get down, or you teaching people how to move with your hands. You understand? And this is what it's the same thing with a brother in the UPK. You understand? Except for we on the right hand side. We not using our hands to teach you BS. You understand? I use these hands to give out food to the homeless. I use these hands to open up these scriptures and read and write on my topics. I use these hands to take notes in scripture breakdown class. Matter of fact, while we on that topic, make sure y'all tune in this Thursday on the Oakland Israelites page. Understand? General 12 Shield General Muhammad will be falling on Northern California, you understand, to teach the scripture breakdown class, you understand? Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to the page if you already have it, and tune in to the class. This is his first time coming to teach a class in Northern California at the building that we have in Richmond, California, in the Bay Area, you understand? So make sure y'all tune into that, you understand? But a brother in the UPK, he uses his hands, you know what I'm saying, to teach righteousness, to teach good. You understand? I don't use these hands to go rob a brother. I'm going to use these hands to tie my mitri on. You understand? I'm going to use these hands to put my cover on and my boots on to go to goddamn camp so we can blaze on this empire. This is what we use in our hands for in the school. You understand what I'm saying? Salakia for being so long-winded. Frowardness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He soweth discord. This is a wicked man. You understand? All throughout his day, you understand? Mischief, discord, you understand? Evilness. This is what a froward man does. You understand? This is not, this is talking about a man who don't have understanding and wisdom, who don't have brotherhood, who don't have integrity. He don't live by moral ethics. You understand? He get it how he live. You understand? He do exactly what he want to do. Whatever makes him feel good, this is how he gonna rock it out for the day. You understand? This is a froward man. You understand? Salakia. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. You understand? And what's gonna happen is his calamity is going to come suddenly. You understand? The thing that's going to destroy him is going to come very quick. You understand? And it's going to be no remedy, meaning nothing is going to cure him of what's going to befall him because of the evilness that he has portrayed in this goddamn earth. Excuse me. Verse 16. These 16 does the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongues, and hands that shed innocent blood. You understand? These is the traits of your oppressor, and brothers that learned from the oppressor and envy the oppressor and want to be just like the oppressor. These are evil, wicked men traits. You understand? And the Lord ain't with that at all. You understand? Salakia. And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief. There go your feet being swift to run to do mischief. Once again, you understand? A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. You understand? That's self-explanatory. You understand? Let's get into the topic a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the book of Genesis chapter 39. Let's talk about this brother Joseph. You understand? One of the patriarchs of two of the tribes of the children of Israel, Ephraim and Manasseh, or Parium in the Hebrew and Manasseh in the Hebrew. You understand? It's like you. That's I said I believe I said Genesis 39. That's what I want. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. The water for the viewers. We definitely appreciate the support. We're gonna try to get these classes out more often. Salakia. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 39. And I'm gonna start at verse 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, brought him out of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. So, of course, brothers and sisters, if you're not familiar, Joseph, uh, him being the second to the youngest brother of the patriarchs of the children of Israel, you understand? Joseph was kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? He was an irritating little brother. You understand? He used to be telling on other brothers to Jacob. You understand? Uh, he was the favorite. You understand? Like Jacob, he made him a coat of many colors. You understand? Gave him like a special coat. You know what I'm saying? He was a favorite of Jacob, but his brothers they kind of didn't rock with him like that because he was like an irritating little brother. Then on top of that, he was just, what's the word I'm looking for? They just didn't like the young brother. You understand? For his antics and him being the favorite at that time. So what they did was they devised a plan to kill the brother. You understand? Reuben, being the oldest brother, him him not wanting to have his little brother's blood on his hands, he was like, "Look, man, we can't kill this little dude, bro, but we could sell him. You understand? We could sell him into slavery, get some money. We could tell pops that he dead, but we ain't really killed him. You understand? So Joseph ends up getting sold to the Ishmaelites, which these would be your forefathers of the Arabs or Arabics. Salaki, excuse me. Um, they ended up selling him to Egyptians. You understand? And Joseph was a slave in Egypt. You understand? And the Lord was with Joseph. You understand? And he was subjected to Potiphar, which was the Pharaoh of Egypt at that time. It was basically his top guy. You understand? Or he was the captain of his army. You understand? The captain of the guard. You understand? Reading on. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hands. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer of his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not, Salaki, he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. You understand? So the Lord was with Joseph. Joseph was prosperous. You understand? And Joseph was put in charge of Potiphar's house. You understand? And him being put in charge of Potiphar's house, The reason for that was because Potiphar understood that Joseph was a man that the Lord had much love for, that the Lord was with. You understand? So what happened was Potiphar put him in charge of his stuff. He prospered. You understand? His life was tawab. His life was good, and Joseph was tawab. You understand? Because the Lord was with Joseph. You understand? Verse 7. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? Now, Joseph is telling this filthy broad, which is Potiphar's wife, you understand, that's trying to sleep with him. He told this filthy broad, man, look, check this out. Your husband has put me in charge of everything in this house, so much and so forth that he don't even know all of the stuff that he has. You understand? But I do, because he put me in charge of it. He don't know how he know his house is great, but he don't know how great his house is because of me. You understand? And he put me in charge of everything in his house. I'm the number one guy in his house. And he gave me everything. I have it all at my leisure. You understand? He gave me everything except for you. And no, I'm not going to sin against God by sleeping with you. Now let's break this down, right? Joseph is a servant. He's a slave, right? Potiphar understands that the Lord is with Joseph. So Potiphar puts Joseph in a high seat in his house and puts him in charge of everything in his house. So let's look at it like this in modern times, right? What's the example I can use? Let's say, okay, Joseph is the equivalent of a LeBron James, if you catch my drift. Joseph has he has possessions. You understand? He's in charge of his master's house. And saying, like, you got to think about it. This is the captain of the guard of Egypt. The captain of the guard, the captain of the army in Egypt. This ain't no poor dude. This dude is rich. But he put Joseph in charge of everything because he knows his house is prospering because the Lord is with Joseph. You understand? So Joseph is the number one servant or the number one team player. Joseph is like a Kobe or LeBron or Michael Jordan. You understand? And it's like imagine that Potiphar is the Egyptian. Imagine that Potiphar the Egyptian is the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. Joseph is LeBron James, and the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers' wife wants to sleep with LeBron James, but LeBron James like, look, you tripping. Your husband has put me in charge of everything that he has, and now you expect me to sin against God to sleep with you when he's been kind to me and put me in charge of everything that he has? You out your goddamn mind. You understand? This is integrity. Of course, Joseph is a slave. He could look at it like, oh yeah, man, I might be his slave, but his wife want me, so I'm gonna just go ahead and have sex with his wife. You understand? If Martin Luther King would have got proposition by a slave master's wife, Martin Luther King would have had sex with that woman because Martin Luther King is a Christian and he has no ethnic morals. He has no integrity. You understand? And he does not love God. But Joseph, he has integrity. Joseph loves the Lord. He ain't say I'm going to sin against your husband. He said I'm going to sin against God because that's not our custom. You understand? That's not our culture to sleep with another man's wife. You understand? That's what Africans do. This is what these Egyptians do. You understand? That's what they partake in, and that's not how we get down as the children of Israel. So Joseph kept his morals intact. You understand? He kept his integrity. You understand? At a certain standard. You understand? Which is a lot more than we can say about a lot of these wicked bastards that are in a position of power that would sleep with another man's wife at the drop of a goddamn dime just because they feel like they got the money or they lusting after this brother's wife or this slave master's wife, and they go ahead and take a chance with that. But Joseph, being a man of God, being a man of understanding, being a man that loves God, he did not go against our law, statutes, and commandments. Of course, this is an oral tradition at this time because Moses wrote the first 5 books of this. You understand? And Moses was the first person to put these law, statutes, and commandments in a book. You understand? But Joseph, him being a man of God, he held his integrity. You understand? He stood on all 10. And on top of that, he never gave in. And what happened to him was he had to go serve about 13 years in prison behind this. You understand? Somewhere in that ballpark. He had to serve a lot of time in prison for keeping his integrity. You understand? When another brother would have just been like, all right, look, she might go ahead and lie on me. She could say anything. She could say I raped her. Let me just go ahead and do this in order for me to stay out of trouble. You understand? That's the difference between this brother and a whole lot of brothers that live today and back then. You understand? If you read in the book of First Maccabees, it said wicked men, you understand, of the nation of Israel persuaded many that said, look, let us join with these heathens, you understand, and get a license to do after the ordinance of these heathens because we want to live just like you. I'm paraphrasing. You understand? That is a person with no goddamn morals. That is a person with no integrity. That is a person that's out for self. That is your Christian pastor. You understand? That's Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King, Creflo Dollar, and a number of other pastors. You understand? Eddie Long. Good night. You understand? Salakia. For the Exodus 14 and 10. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? You understand? So, brothers and sisters, they like, man, look, these Egyptians is moving in on us. Since there wasn't no graves in Egypt, bro, you came out, you brought us out here to die. You understand? These brothers are scared. You understand? They coming up against Moses because they not willing to die, you understand, rather than to serve they goddamn slave masters. You understand? They would rather go back into Egypt and be slaves so they can get welfare, you understand, menial jobs, live in the projects. They would rather do that than to die. They would be a goddamn slave to some filthy, stinking Africans than to die like a man on your feet. This is why we the ISUBK. You understand? Up in the Commander General Yahouna, Salaki, up under Commander General Yana, and our slogan is no cowards, no excuses. You understand? We would rather die than to be a goddamn slave to our goddamn enemies. You understand? Salaki. Verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than we should die in the wilderness. These brothers ain't got no integrity. You understand? They like, man, look, bro, didn't we tell you when we was back in Egypt, bro, it'd be better for us to serve them than to go out there and die in the wilderness? This is the spirit of Christianity. Christians don't want to separate from the oppressor. Christians don't want to be a holy people unto the Lord our God. Christians want to believe that Jesus loves everybody. God died for everybody's sin. Like I've literally heard Christians say God died for everybody's sins. Come on, man. God died for everybody's sins. That don't make no goddamn sense. You understand? This is what Christians believe in. This is the same spirit that they had in Egypt, coming out of Egypt. You understand? Salakia. Verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to thee, Salakia, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Nigga, Moses, excuse my French, Moses was a man of integrity. Moses like, man, look, check this out, bro. Man up. You understand? Sit right here and allow the Lord to fight for you so you can see exactly what God is going to do to your goddamn enemies. No, it's not better for you to go back and serve these filthy Egyptians. It's not better for you to go work in hard bondage, to build up these treasure cities for Pharaoh. No more. No, it's not good for you to be smitten by your goddamn enemies whenever the hell they feel like it. No, it's not good to do none of that. You need to man up. Don't be a goddamn coward and stand right here and let the Lord fight for you. Because these Egyptians that's coming up against us, you ain't going to see these goddamn demons no more. You understand? Because the Lord is going to show you that he is with you. That's a man of integrity. You understand? Not somebody that's telling you, oh, Jesus loves everybody. Man, the slave master that's over us, God put him over us, so we should just go ahead and graciously bow down to him. That's the way of a goddamn sucker. You understand? If you're a person with no ethnic morals and no integrity, you are a sucker. Pimps are suckers. Drug dealers, gang members are suckers for the most part. You understand? Like it's a coward thing to hate your own goddamn people and try to get over on your own nation of people versus standing up against your goddamn enemies and speaking up about the problem and doing something about the poverty that you're suffering at the hands of your goddamn oppressors. You understand? It's a coward way out to go and basically just, oh man, the only people that did something to me is black people, so I ain't got no problem with white people. It's these niggas that keep doing stuff. Man, that's a person of no integrity. That's a person that has no self-esteem. You understand? That's a person that can't be a soldier in the Lord's army. That's a person that man, you better off dead. You understand? Look, man, look. I would rather die on my feet than to live like a coward. Period. You understand? Salakia. But drop that. I'm gonna jump down to Exodus 15 and verse 22. This is book Exodus chapter 15 and verse 22. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore, the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, what shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them, and said, if thou wilt hearken, so like if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord that healeth thee. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and 60 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. You understand? So we coming from the Red Sea, and now about 3 days later, brothers is getting thirsty. You understand? And they coming up against Moses once again. They murmuring against Moses. Man, this nigga that brought us out here so we can die of thirst. What we supposed to drink, Moses? Our babies is thirsty. We ain't got nothing, Moses. And Moses cried to the Lord. You understand? And the Lord showed him, like, look, the water's bitter. Go ahead and cast that tree up in the water. You feel me? And I'm gonna make it sweet for y'all. You understand? Now this ain't no spooky stuff. If you understand the ways of purifying water, you understand? Charcoal purifies water. And what is charcoal? Charcoal is burnt wood. You understand? This is Moses purifying water with burnt wood, you understand, to be able to give to the children of Israel. If you got a water filter in your house, the water that's coming out of the faucet is charcoal. Facts. You can look it up. You understand? This is not a spooky book. This is a book about real life situations. You understand? And the Lord was like, look, I'm gonna give him this water and make it sweet for him. You understand? But look, y'all take an oath to follow these law, statutes, and commandments that I'm going to teach you. You understand? And that's what the Lord did. Salakia. I'm gonna go to Exodus 32. I'm gonna break this down and I'm gonna go ahead and end it. The book of Exodus, chapter 32 and verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, up and make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives and your sons and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, these be the gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink, and rose up to play. So what happened is, right, Moses went into the mount, you understand, to get wisdom and knowledge, you understand, to write the law, statutes, and commandments on tables of stone. And he was up there for a long time. And what happened was the children of Israel that was down at the bottom of the mount, they come to Aaron like, look, bro, man, make us a God, you understand, that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, that we can bow down and worship, because we don't know what the hell going on with this Moses cat. You understand? So so Aaron, he got weak. You understand? He lost his integrity that quick. And he did exactly what they asked him to. And they made a molten calf. And this molten calf comes from Egypt. These brothers and sisters lost their integrity so goddamn fast They went back into being an Egyptian in their goddamn mind and made a calf, you understand, that they learned to worship in Egypt. America is Egypt. You understand? This empire that we live in right now, this is Egypt. Because the same stuff that we did back in the times of Egypt, we do them today. You understand? With following these other religions. You understand? This way of life. They were smoking weed in Egypt. They was snorting cocaine in Egypt. They was bowing down to statues in Egypt. The same thing that we do here in America, we did that in Egypt. This is why these brothers already knew. Look, man, make us a god. Meaning, make us that same cow god that we used to worship up under the goddamn Egyptians because we miss Egypt. You understand? That was our homeland. This nigga Moses then brought us out here to die. We ready to go back into Egypt. You understand? So they went back into the mind frame of being the slave of an Egyptian. Aaron made the molten calf. They made a feast to it and all of this nonsense. You understand? And they had a good time. Reading on. And the Lord said unto Moses, go, get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded thee. They have made them a molten calf and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, these be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. And Moses besought the Lord God and said, Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, thy servants, to whom thou swearest by thine own self, and saidest unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and as the land that I have spoken of, I will give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people. You understand? Look, the Lord was hot. He was ready to kill brothers and sisters for worshiping this goddamn molten calf so damn quickly. You understand? We went back into the mind frame of wanting to be slaves to Egyptians, and did exactly what Exodus, the 20th chapter, verse 1 through 5, told us not to do. The Lord said, look, don't make any graven image or bow down to it and worship it. I am the Lord your God. The Lord is a jealous power. You understand? And the Lord is a terrible power. He will kill you if you go against these law, statutes, and commandments. So these brothers went against God to go worship a goddamn cow that they've been taught to worship in Egypt. And what happened? The Lord was going to kill the children of Israel and make Mosesites. You understand? Because the lack of integrity. But Moses having integrity, Moses having love for his people, for the children of Israel. He like, look, Salakia, Lord, like, don't do this. These Egyptians gonna hear about what happened. You know, like, oh yeah, that guy only brought them out to kill them. Man, look, please, if you could, Baba Kashah, remember Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and how you promised them that you was gonna make they seed, you understand, as the sand. You understand? How you was gonna give them this land. And you swore by your own self to uphold that end of the bargain. Baba Kashah. And the Lord repented of the evil that he was going to do to the children of Israel by destroying us. You understand? Keep your morals. Keep your integrity. You understand? Keep your ethics. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, you learn all of this and exactly how to do this by coming to the ISUBK up under Commander General Yohana. You understand? Sisters get that Hebrew name. Brothers, you get that Hebrew name. Go up through the ranks, become a trooper, you know what I'm saying, an officer, so forth and so on. With that being said, Yahweh Shem Shabrak thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Shem Shah to the sisters. Make sure y'all tune in this Thursday, Salaki. Tune in tomorrow. We got the Wednesday night law class on the ISUBK, Salaki, on the Sacramento Israelites page, as well as another episode of Dropping Jewels with myself and Officer of 500 Natazab. With that being said, oh, one more thing. Make sure y'all don't forget, tune in Thursday night on the Oakland Israelites page. General Muhammad will be falling on Northern California for one of those powerful scripture breakdown classes. Get your questions in order, you understand? And make sure you tune in. Shalom, Israel.